How's it going, YouTube? SamuraiRevolution here, and today we're going to do our Aztec Nation review. But before we get started, I want to just go through and update how the fundraiser's doing. And guys, as you can see, it's going so well. We have 360, 450 on GoFundMe right now. I had some donations outside GoFundMe. If you want to donate outside, I'll leave a PayPal link in the description, and then you can pay through PayPal. I had a couple people want to do that. But I just wanted to give an update on how it's going, give some recognition to our donors. Some people have just been so giving, and I'm so thankful. So we have big shout outs to Duncan here, who donated $50. Bo Nelson, who donated $180. Matt Gorski, or $50. I'm just so thankful, guys, for everyone who's donated. But big shout outs to you guys. Without you guys, I'm not gonna be able to do this. So I'm just so thankful. Anonymous user here, but also shout outs to Jonas, Bob, Austin, Vincent, Sean, Clayton, Taylor, and Nick. Guys, thank you so much. And I had a couple users outside of GoFundMe do that, and as I said, you can do that in the PayPal link in the description. But one of those users I had, let's see here, Roma and Vitica, thank you so much, donated $10. And it's just going very well. So at this rate, guys, I'm looking to get it at the end of May. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be able to happen. I'm just so happy, so pleased, so excited as well. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'll keep you updated with that, on how it's going. But let's get into this nation review. So I listened to your guys' requests. There was an upvote on a comment that said that you want some gameplay footage with the nation reviews because they got kind of boring. And I'm going to listen to that. I think that's a good idea. I didn't really think of it, honestly, at all in the past. So we're going to have some of that into there today. I'm going to reference this page so we go back and forth between this and the gameplay footage. But I have like 3 or 4 clips that we'll get into. They're pretty good representations of these units. So let's start off with the civilization bonus. All trading posts are visible, and they got warrior priests and the warrior priest dance. So at the beginning of the match, you can see where the trade posts are all across the map. There's like a little unfogging of them on your mini map, like they're you can see where they're at. And then the warrior priests obviously do a great job with the dances. You can do a dance that spawns more in, and then you can send some in through shipments as well. So the bottom left here, I got my favorite units, my 2 favorite units out of all of them. They're all really good, but these are my 2 favorites. And honestly, I do enjoy every single one of the units that the Aztecs have. And we'll get into that more, but I'm going to start off with the maces here. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. I'm going to kill it. But they're very cost effective. These guys are so cheap, and they have quick train time, which is fantastic. And they have very quick reload speed as well. So these guys basically age 2, good anti-infantry unit. They do the job very nicely. We're gonna have a lot of clips with them because I love these guys so much. They're my go-to basically through each of the matches, and I understand that there are better alternatives, but the coin is the issue, and the Aztecs struggle to get coin later in the game, and the maces don't cost coin. So let's look at this gameplay clip here. I got some maces in this match. This is a really long... This match was a long time ago. But this is an Aztec boom I did. We're playing against some British longbows there. And the maces are just going to do their thing and attack those. With the train times all in, they come out instantly, which is fantastic. Or basically instantly. So these guys are really spammable and a good unit to have in your army. They fire super quick, as you can see. And overall, just do a great job. I was a big fan of them. I love cost-effective units, and I think they're a little better in the streetlet, just how fast they shoot. So I really recommend these guys. I know some people prefer the other units, so we'll get into later. But like I said, I like them because they're wood, and once the coin's off the map, then you're kind of struggling to fill in that void. So we'll move down to the Arrow Knights, the next unit down there on the bottom left. That was my favorite. Basically, these guys are culverins and mortars in one. Kind of like a hand mortar, similar to a hand mortar. Yeah, I would say similar to a hand mortar. That'd probably be the best comparison. But these guys are the longest range infantry in the game, and they have a silent attack as well. So I kind of highlight that as their 2 strong points. I love these guys. These guys are great. You have to get a decent amount of them for them to be effective. But overall, I really enjoy playing with these guys. They do a good job taking out other artillery, and they have such good range that other units really, or other players really struggle to get rid of them. So these guys are great at killing artillery. You just need a decent amount of them to do a good job, which is something you need to make sure you got going for you. But the other thing with the silent attack is when you're attacking buildings, a lot of times players don't realize that you're attacking their base or their buildings until like it's halfway down. Because of the arrows, they're not like, they don't sound like mortars, not making these massive sound effects. So like obviously they'll get the alert on their HUD that they're being attacked, but they might not notice it right away. So yeah, they're really good units. I want to get into the next two guys real quick, because I have a really good clip that highlights them as well. So as you can see, we have the Eagle Runners. A Dragoon equivalent is what they're described as in the wiki, but honestly for me they felt more like a Dragoon Musketeer mix. They are very Dragoon-like, they have that feel, but they kind of feel like Musketeers as well, so they kind of feel like a mix between those two units, and I enjoyed them. I think they're pretty good. I didn't really mass them too much. I don't think they're a unit you really need to mass in numbers. I think they're more of a support unit, but they do a great job. They're fun to use, they got good range, and they're very quick. So we'll get those in some video clips too. One more, I want to get into Coyote Runners. Basically the Cav equivalent. As you can see, Aztecs are all infantry as well. But these guys are great, H2, very enjoyable. Kind of like a Radalero, but a little bit stronger in that aspect. And they cost wood as well, so you can pair them with the maces very easily. So those guys are good there. And then the Jaguar Prowls, great versus infantry and Cav. These guys are basically like handheld skirmishers, and I didn't really realize how good they are. They are a great alternative to the maces. They're very, very strong, but they do cost coin, and they're pretty pricey, but they do a great job. So let's look at some of these gameplay clips here. This first one I got, we'll see the Arrow Knights go into full effect. You guys have seen this gameplay, but let's just analyze it for a little bit. So we got the Arrow Knights going off in the front, already attacking the fort. He's got some Musketeers in support there. And then I got some Eagle Runners and Jaguar Prowls in the back there. So right now I'm just trying to take out the fort. And we'll talk about the Skull Knights a little bit later too. Just trying to take out the fort. And didn't really notice it, but his Cav came straight down the middle. The Musketeers weren't covering it. But we sorted it out, dropped back. Ochlan's got destroyed. And then moved back up to take on that fort while this battle's going on. And they cannot take out my Arrow Knights for the life of them. The Arrow Knights are going to keep throwing down havoc and take down that fort, which they do great. So like at this point in the battle, I realized, all right, this is like the turning point right now. We have the upper hand. I have so many resources. I was considering going Imperial, but I was like, you know what, no. We're just going to spam out a bunch of Jags and toss them out against that infantry and see what they can do. And as you guys are going to see, these guys are unreal versus infantry. So I highly recommend them. But as I said, once the coin is gone on the map, you're going to struggle to get coin as the Aztecs. That is one of their biggest problems. But if there is plenty of coin on the map, I highly suggest using the effectiveness of these units. They're doing an excellent job. We're going to see that here in a second. So we're going to start engaging with this infantry. As you can see, I got that whole wave coming in the back. I just spammed a ton on the map. And their infantry are going to have no answer. So they're going to engage here and just get into battle. Look at that. Just doing so well. I don't even think I lose a guy, honestly. Like, all you see is red XP just flying in the air. The guy quits, and then that's going to be the end of that game. So that was just a great example of how good the Jags are, and the Arrow Knights, honestly. So that was really awesome. And then this is the other clip I have from a previous game, the 1v1 on New England. And as you can see here, the Arrow Knights, or Eagle Runner Knights, doing a great job against the Cavalry. And they just form a great, like, pocket right there in that wall. And all of my guys are just firing away, and this guy doesn't really have an answer. He has some of the flaming arrows, but they still don't do a good enough job. I have enough Arrow Knights to deal with them. And this is just a great example of the composition of the Aztec army, of what you could do. Got a great mix of units there. Got some Jags, I got some arrows, I got maces in there as well. And they just do an excellent job holding it together. So yeah, I really enjoyed the Aztecs. I think they're a great civ. We'll go into pros and cons here in a second, but let's look at the rest of this clip. They're just going to work. And having that forest line there was a great idea too. I kind of knew when I was building the match, I was like, or building the walls in the match, I was kind of like, all right, where do I want to place these? Do I want to put these in front or behind the forest? I was like, I'm going to put it behind it, because if he's trying to attack, his units will have obstruction with that forest. So it actually worked very well. and this guy's gonna get super upset and kind of quit on me. But yeah, that is just the power of the Aztecs. So I do highly recommend their units. All of them do an excellent job. The Skull Knights, let's talk about those for a minute. I love the Skull Knights. They're fantastic units. They destroy anything if they're in range with them, and they have splash damage. So they're basically like Samurai and Dops. So they're just fantastic like that. And yeah, I often, once I get like my XP in and all my guys trained and everything, I just build Skull Knights in the back. I have my dance doing that until I can attack with the army. But yeah, so let's get into the pros and cons here. So the pros, great units, as we said. All the units are very, very well done. The Skull Knights are amazing. Best infantry unit in the game. Just amazing units overall for infantry. It does hurt them that they don't have cavalry and artillery. But at the same time, their infantry do a decent job compensating for that. They do a decent job, and I highly recommend giving the Aztecs a try. Strong rush. So yeah, they have the forward base with the what'd you say, like an outpost barracks mix kinda, because the outpost has an attack, or their barracks has an attack built into it, which is great. And you can set shipments there. But other than that, I've done the Aztec rush in a previous video. They have a great mix of rushes. I like the one where you send in some mercenaries, H2. They have some great unit shipment cards, H2. And actually, kind of throughout their whole, all the ages, they have some pretty good unit cards. And I highlight that as well as a strong point. So that's really good. If you enjoy rushing, I highly suggest giving them a chance there. As the Native Americans, they have the quick age up for age 2. So that's always a bonus right there, getting that as your first age up. So the next one here, we got great food gather. So these guys gather food so well and so quickly, but I'll get to the bad point. But the bad part is they don't get any coin in comparison. But yeah, their food, once you get all the plantation cards and farm cards, which is interesting now that I realize it, because they are a mix of cards. Their food goes in so quickly. All you need is like 20 guys on food, and you'll be set, honestly, like 30 max. You don't need any more than that on your farms, and you'll be good to go. Strong in team games. I really enjoy these guys in team games. I think they do well with the maces. Age 2, I think they're a really good unit to get. Even Coyotes Runners are really good. Arrow Knights are good. I mean, all these units are really good if you could focus on them. Jaguar Prowls would be very effective in team games. I feel like I didn't really utilize them at the best of their ability, but we'll definitely get them out in some future matches. And strong booms. This is probably one of my favorite part about the Aztecs, is that a good land boom and a good water boom. A great water boom. They probably have the best water boom in the game because they have the Schooners card and then they have the Team Schooners card. So as you guys can see in my 1v1 video, you can get the fishing boats for 15 wood and you're killing it. And like, if that's a team game, your teammates could get it for 15 wood as well if they also have the Schooner card. So that could be insane. That would be something to do in the future. A team Aztec team, like a team water boom with the Schooners. That'd be so crazy. But that's also a great bonus to get. And then with the fire pit, they have the boom on land. And you can kind of see that in my treaty match. I did the boom with the medicine cards, and it was decent. Someone said in the comments to get in our town center. I feel like that could be effective, but you would have to like take in so much food. It'd be insane. But it probably is possible. You really have to micro a lot of herds in and do it that way. Or just have a really good fishing boom and then boom villies through that way. But there are a couple ways you could do it. It could be really effective, but it would be a little difficult to do. But I'd love to see that pulled off. So yeah, let's go into the cons here. So late game, they are not the best civ, as you can see in my treaty match. Once age 4 is done, they kind of struggle. Age 5, they're not that good. They don't really have the good Imperial upgrades, or like bonuses really from age 4 on. They're definitely an age 2, age 3 civ. Decent in age 4, but once they go to age 5, they're struggling. And the big thing with that is the coin gathering. As I was saying throughout this video, they struggle gathering coin. Someone did comment that you could send in the infinite coin cards in your deck, and I think that's a great idea. I think that could help out a lot, because you do rack up a lot of shipments once you send all of your shipments in, but I don't think that's a good alternative fully to the coin problem that the Aztecs have, but that could do you some justice. I would definitely give that a shot. I'll do that in future matches for sure. Obviously, con is that they're all infantry, no true artillery, no true cavalry, but at the same time, they're unique in that aspect, and they can do a great job as you've seen in the gameplay clips. So this is going to wrap up the Aztec Nation review, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching the series. I'm going to leave the link down below for the next nation that you guys want me to review. I'm going to focus on the nations I have not reviewed yet, and once all those nations I've done are done, we'll redo some of the older ones and we'll get into those. So I know I've done an Iroquois one in the past, but I feel like I could really emphasize their strengths a little bit better and do a better review through that. And I know some of the reviews run the vanilla as well, not in the Asian Dynasty, so I need to do that as well. So click the link below, get the survey in, and thank you guys for watching so much. Do the donations if you can. And I'm just so thankful for everything that's going on right now. The channel's doing great. Summer is almost here, which is super exciting and fantastic. So I'm going to keep getting these videos out. You guys tell me what civ you want me to do next. And as always, guys, I will see you guys later.